The Goonies. A tale about a group of friends who go on an adventure together and save the day. Growing up, I wanted a friend group like the Goonies. A group of friends that would be my ragtag ride or dies, and we just have a good time together and go on adventures. And luckily, I did have a friend group like that. Since kindergarten, I pretty much have had the same friends. And other friends have come and gone, but those are the friends who have stayed close and we've grown together over the years. And we've done everything together: sports, concerts, weddings, and even college. We're all here together now. And through life, we've gone on our Goonie adventures. We've gone and we've saved the day. There have been adventures, though, where we've just come up short. And no adventure sticks out more to me than the time we bought a van for jumping. We were age 15, 16, the age where we think we were invincible and we could do anything and get away with anything without any repercussions. And so, being the bright lads we were on Facebook one night and we saw someone was selling a van for $100. And we thought, hey, let's buy this van and go to our friend's house and jump this van on my friend's dirt pile. And we could fly through the air like they do in the movies. Nothing possibly could go wrong. So we did. We all chipped in $20 and went and bought this van. And let me tell you, everything that could be wrong with this van was wrong with it. The AC didn't work, the gas gauge didn't work, you couldn't see how fast you were going, the radio didn't even work. But it didn't matter because it could drive. And all that mattered is we were going to hit this dirt pile as fast as we could and fly through the air. So we get the van back to my friend's house, we all load in the van, and we drive as fast as we can and we hit it. And we flew. We flew through the air. We hit the jump at 65 miles an hour the first time. And we hit the ground and laughed and it was fun. And we're like, let's do that again. And so we hit it 2 more times that night. And the fastest we got was 72 miles an hour. And that we just had a great time. We just kept hitting the jump and nothing wrong happened. The next weekend comes along, we're like, let's do it again. But this time let's try to hit 75 miles an hour. We hit it 3 times that night. And by the end of the night, we had hit 77 miles an hour. And every time, hit it, flew, and hit the ground and laughed. It was fun. We didn't think about anything else except having fun. Weekend 3 rolls around. And we jumped a bunch of numbers and we thought, let's try to hit 90 miles an hour. So we start farther back than we had ever had and went as fast as we could, foot to the floor, pedal to the metal. We hit 92 miles an hour when we hit that jump. And when we hit that jump, there was a moment where it felt like time froze. It was like in the movies where everything goes slow motion and everyone in the car is like, ugh. That's what it was like for us. And then we hit the ground. Most of the car was laughing and cheering like we normally did, just another successful jump. But from the back of the van, we heard a cry of pain. The van rolled to a stop and never started again. Luckily. We turned around and looked, and in the back seat, my friend was withering in pain on the floor, holding his back. At one point in the jump, his seatbelt had come unbuckled, and he had flown up, hit the roof, and landed on his back, up on the corner of the seat. The next day, he went to the hospital, and he had found out he had broken part of his back, severed part of his spine. Luckily, there was no lasting repercussions, and he just had to lay in bed for a few weeks. But it could have been so much worse. He could have been paralyzed for life. He could have died. We all could have died. Yet we didn't think about it because we were in our Goonie group and we were just having a good time. We didn't think about the repercussions. But that experience humbled all of us. It made us realize we weren't the immortal gods we thought we were. We were just average guys. We're human. And life can be lost just like that if we're not being smart. We all have our friend groups. We all have our Goonie groups. And it tends to be when we get in our Goonie groups, we don't think as much. We think more about the moment than we do about the future. And we all need to slow down just a little bit and think about our futures. What are we doing tonight? How is this going to affect our futures? Is this going to be something that's going to be another tale that we can laugh about 20 years from now? Or is this going to be something that ends with us dead, in jail, losing our job, risking everything just for this moment? Is it worth it? No. In life, I encourage all of you, before you jump your hypothetical vans with your Goonie group, to think about, is this worth it? Is this really just a good time? Or is this going to end with one of us in trouble or dead? If you think about your decisions before you make them, you won't be put in situations like my friends and I were. The Goonies did go on a dangerous adventure, don't get me wrong. Everything they did could have ended with one of them dead. Yet they were still smart about it and they ended up together and whole. Because Goonies never say die. So never put your Goonies in risk. Hold on to your friends closely and don't make stupid decisions. Think about what you're doing before you do it. And just remember, as long as you're doing these things, Goonies will never say die. Thank you.